heroes, welcome to Baby Cwayton Writes Games, the video channels where Baby Cwayton writes the games. I'm your host, Mr. Baby Cwaytons. So let's get to the games. But first, we gotta get this Pikachu out of the way. Out of the way, Pikachus! Boop! Good job. Alright, today's we're going to talk about Baby Cwayton's top 10 video games of all times. I'm not talking about just what Baby Cwayton thinks right now. Like Baby Cwayton's older persons, it's truth, but he's babies. It don't make no sense. Don't think too hard about this. But this is the top 10 Baby Cwayton videos of all times. His favorite games throughout his lifestyles. His lifetimes, not lifestyles. Baby Cwayton has a baby lifestyles. Woo woo! But, so this is all his games, his favorite games of all times. And we'll start with number 10, which is number 10 is kind of like, it's kind of like a combination, like honorable mentions. Because Baby Cwayton really only has 9 favorite games of all times. And he don't even have physical copies of these games, he's fixing talks about. But he'll put one up on the screen. One of them, his first honorable mention in the number 10 slot is Minecraft. Baby Cwayton played a lot of Minecraft. He played so much Minecraft that he got burned out of it. And it's just like he has to put it here because he played so much of it. But if he want to go back and play Minecraft right now, he can't do it. But this is Minecraft story mode. It's actually a very valuable game because Baby Cwayton wants quality over quantity. That's hard for Baby Cwayton to say because he babies. But yeah, so here it goes. Minecraft is on the honorable mention list for number 10. Also number 10 on that list, and he doesn't have a physical copy of this one either, but he'll put it up on the screen someplace on his, is Elder Scrolls Skyrim. Skyrim, Baby Cwayton played so much Skyrim, it's not even funny. He played hours and hours of Skyrims. He pretty much lost his girlfriend at the time because of Skyrim. Baby Cwayton did not have his priorities straight when he was a young man. But he's babies. Don't think about it. Anyways, another one I want to put up on the list right now is World of Warcraft. Okay, so you take Baby Cwayton's mid-20s, and then you take out 4 years because he spent 4 years of World of Warcraft back in the 2000s. So much World of Warcraft. He was on an RP server. He did the whole role-playing thing. Got all the way to got heckled for grammar Nazis. Not to mention, you think that soup Nazi on Seinfeld's bad? Well, them grammar Nazis on World of Warcraft back in the day, they were brutal. You have to have the right text, the right punctuations. Don't misspell something because they call you out. And they'll call you out in RP voice. It's crazy. But yeah, World of Warcraft up on the screen. Baby Cwayton played a lot of it, but he won't go back to it now. Also, another game he plays a lot of, and it's kind of an obscure game. Baby Cwayton has a copy of it, but he can't find it right now. So he's gonna put it up on the screen. He's already shared it on the channel. Chrome Hounds. Baby Cwayton put a lot of hours into Chrome Hounds. He was in a squad. They got up to 16th in the world. Got invited into competitions and all kinds of stuff. It was pretty crazy up until our leader got stolen by the number 3 team. I'll never forget it. And then our squad fell apart. And then Elder Scrolls Skyrim came out, and Baby Cwayton played that for the Xbox 360. So yeah, number 10. There's 4 games on the number 10 slot, kind of an honorable mention slot. Elder Scrolls Skyrim, Minecraft, World of Warcraft, and Chrome Hounds. Yeah, those Baby Cwayton's number 10 slot. But coming in at number 9 slot, is a very not so recent game, but yeah, I guess it's a recent game. Came out last year. It is Octopath Traveler 2. Octopath Traveler 2. Yeah, Baby Cwayton. This game alone made Baby Cwayton fall in love with the Switch. He started collecting for the Switch because of this game right here. This is such a good game, peoples. The story in it is so good. It's a throwback, an HD 2D throwback to Baby Cwayton's childhoods. I mean, it is a love letter to the Final Fantasy peoples out there from old schools. Square Enix won't do an old school Final Fantasy. That's all right. They did it right here. It's a spiritual successor to old school RPGs, and it's a beautiful game. Good storylines. It's not a perfect game, but number 9 on Baby Clayton's list. Yeah, number 9 all-time favorite games right here. Octopath Traveler 2. This was a good one. Plays it if you haven't played it. On the number 8 slot, number 8, next up, there's going to be a lot of RPGs on this one. Is this one right here, Final Fantasy X. Final Fantasy X for the PS2. Baby Cwayton played it back in the days. There was a time period Baby Cwayton got out of video games, started doing whole different things, trying to work on his careers and whatnot. But this game got him back, brought him back to gaming, and the PS2 was right there. The PS2 came out, Baby Cwayton got it. This is such a good game at the time. Back in the day, the graphics blew my mind. The fact that there actually was voice acting in this one, and it wasn't half bad except for the whole laughing scene. It's a memeable thing. If you don't know what the laughing scene of Final Fantasy X is, yeah, just look it up on the YouTubes. But yeah, beautiful game, beautiful music, great story. It's almost like they're going after an impossible challenge. Titus right here is escorting Yuna to do her thing, and it's such a the development and of the characters in this game is so good. The music is so good. It just good. I have the soundtrack of this someplace. But yeah, number 8 on Baby Cwayton's list is Final Fantasy X. Also have it for the PS3 as well, because they did a remaster of it. Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy X 2. This is actually a new in-box copy. So yeah, Baby Cwayton's got all his games in plastic because he's a game collector, but he loves these games. All right, number 7 on the list. Number 7 on the list. I don't have a physical. I do have a physical copy of this one, but it is not here right now. It's actually at my house. So I don't actually film at my house, but yeah. So it's at Baby Cwayton's house because he still plays it. He played it last night, and that is Titanfall 2. Yeah, Titanfall 2. Baby Cwayton loves Titanfall 2, boy. He is a Scorch player. He is a ride or die Scorch player, boy. He likes them Scorches. Fire everywhere. I don't play many multiplayer games, but Titanfall, just something special about the mechs, something special about how they did it. The graphics for the PS4 were amazing, and they translate so well on the PS5. But yeah, it's still there's still a kind of a dedicated player base for Titanfall 2. They could have done so much with this game. They could have had Titanfall 2 does have a single player campaign, and it is a very, very good single player campaign. It's a little short, like all games like this. They could have done so much with this game that they didn't. But the multiplayer on this game is amazing. He doesn't do competitive. He does the PVE kind of harvester type games. And where you play as a team, and it's pretty good. If you want to waste like 20 minutes, 30 minutes of your time to play one match, I mean, that's what you. It's just a good game. There's good character progression in this one, where you can level up your Scorches or your Ions or your Titans, the more you level up, the more you play, the stronger your Titans get. So yeah, Baby Cwayton liked this. Got some RPG elements in there. If you haven't played it, try it. It's pretty good. It's pretty cheap right now. You can get a copy on eBay for about $10, $15. And you can just play it. PS4, PS5. I think they have it for the Xbox too, but Baby Cwayton not an Xbox player no more. Maybe make a video about that. But yeah, number 7 on Baby Cwayton's list is Titanfall 2. All right, coming in at number 6. Baby Cwayton likes this one pretty good too. He doesn't have a physical copy. Shame on him for not having it, because it's not too expensive. He just doesn't have one. But he's got a placeholder for it. But it is Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo. The original Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo. I'm going to put Super Mario 3D All-Stars for a placeholder for it, and also put some pictures and some stuff on the screen showing what it is, but for the Super Nintendo, the SNES. Yeah, Baby Quentin got a whole story about it when he was young, back in the 90s. He remember going to old school Walmart before they had the grocery section, and he would go to the middle of the store because that's where the electronics section was. And they would have a kiosk there, and they had Super Nintendo in the kiosk, and you could play it. Baby Quentin would wait. He would wait every time his mom goes to Walmart's, he'd go with us so he could play that game. And Mom always knew where I was at. I was back there playing that game or watching somebody play a game because everybody's playing it. Because the Super Nintendo, the leap between the SNES, between the NES and the SNES was huge. 8-bit to 6-bit was so beautiful, and I remember standing there in awe of the graphics of Super Mario. I mean, it was such a beautiful thing. And then later that year, Santa Claus came to see Baby Cwaytons, and everybody knows Santa Claus is real because Baby Cwaytons believes in Santa Claus. And he comes to Baby Cwaytons' house, and he leaves a Super Nintendo. And guess what? Guess what, peoples? Super Mario World was in this. Baby Cwayton plays so much Super Mario Worlds. It's not even funny. He still plays it to this day. There is so much nostalgia. It's not like those the honorable mentions I said. Like, I'll never go back to my number 10 games, but Super Mario, like playing Super Mario Wonder sent him back. I mean, like, that's the problem. That's the thing. Nostalgia sells, and Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo is Baby Cwayton's number 6 all-time favorite game. Number 5 all-time favorite game is right here, XCOM Enemy Within. XCOM Enemy Within is Baby Cwayton's all-time number 5 games. They had one. Another one that came out was XCOM Enemy Unknown. It's the first game that comes in, but then they came out with the expansion that made this game so much better. Baby Cwayton went and had to pawn things off because he was so poor at the time to get this game. And when he put this game inside his Xbox 360 and played it, I know this one's for the PS3, but for the Xbox 360 and played it, it blew his mind. Like the tactical things, the things that they were doing, the leaps forward in the tactical gameplay, it was really great. And then they added the Enemy Within part where you could augment your soldiers. You can make them into like cyborg or half mech, half human, and you can make them into like super soldiers, which was Baby Cwayton's favorite. And the thing they did not do in XCOM 2, you couldn't augment your soldiers to leap really high or have like cloaking abilities or anything. And I thought that was a huge misstep in XCOM 2. Because the ability to make your soldiers like leap up to tall buildings and traverse the ground like that, it was just a game changer. And Baby Cwayton, this is Baby Cwayton's number 5 all-time game of all times. Yeah, picks this one up, plays this one. This is Baby Cwayton's favorite. XCOM 2 is good, and I could have put that on number 10 because Baby Cwayton played an XCOM, a crap ton of XCOM 2s. But XCOM Enemy Within is Baby Cwayton's number 5 all-time game. Next up on the list, I do not have a physical copy of this one either. I need to get these. I feel really bad that I don't have these. But I'm going to put a placeholder right here. But it is Final Fantasy II for the Super Nintendo. Final Fantasy II for the Super Nintendo. In front of you is a Final Fantasy collection, which has Final Fantasy II in it. But it's not actually Final Fantasy II. It's actually Final Fantasy IV. That's the one with Cecil and Rydia and all those people. But yeah, Final Fantasy II is the first Final Fantasy game that Baby Cwayton ever played. Such a good game. Baby Cwayton did not like to read as a kid. He did not like to read, but he read every bit of the dialogue in that one. It was a good game. And Baby Cwayton, the transits, I mean, spoiler alert, come on, if you didn't play it by now, you're not going to play this game because it's such an old game. The graphics are so old. Even on the collection here, the Final Fantasy Pixel Remastered Collection, even then, I mean, it's still such a huge step down between like Octopath Traveler or Octopath Traveler 2. But if you haven't played it, but like midway through the game, your character turns into from a dark knight to a paladin. I mean, that's called character progression. And games back then did not have character progression, but Final Fantasy 2 did, and it was such a good game. But Baby Cwayton beat that game. It's one of the first games he's ever beaten, and it was an amazing game. He read every piece of dialogue. He cried at the end. Such a good game. Yeah, but Final Fantasy 2 is Baby Cwayton's number 4 top game of all time. Coming in at number 3 is a video game Baby Cwayton loves. One of the best video games ever created, ever. It is called Mass Effect 2. And believe it or not, this is Baby Cwayton's original copy of Mass Effect 2. He didn't keep many games, but he's got this one. This game is not worth a lot of money. No, sir. It's not worth a lot of money. They pretty much pooped the bed on Mass Effect 3, in my opinion. Mass Effect 3 is still a great game, but the ending is such a terrible ending. It's so bad. And then they came up with a following up of Andromeda, which is such a bad game. It is not even a good game. The story is terrible. The main protagonist is terrible. And I remember the hype for Andromeda. And it was terrible. But let's talk about Mass Effect 2. Mass Effect 2 is basically a suicide mission. You got to go get your characters. You got to go get your party members, and then you're going to go on the suicide mission. So the most of the game is preparing to go to this suicide mission, and your actions in the game actually matter at the end of the game, because at the end of the game, your whole team can wipe. Your whole team could die, including yourself, if you do not prepare correctly, if you do not do the right missions, if you do not build the right relationships, if you do not do the right dialogue. You could be a good guy or a bad guy in this one. You could be, you're the hero no matter what, but you can be a noble knight type character, or you could just be a really, really bad D-hole if you want to be. I mean, you could be an A-hole, or you could be and your body changes because it's done by BioWare, and your decisions in the game matter. And the romance choices in this game, such a good ones. I mean, Baby Cwayton probably loves Jack the best. I mean, she was probably one of the best characters. How angry she was, and she had this great. Every character in this has good story arcs. Every single character, except maybe Jacob. I even liked his solo mission. I liked his character mission really well, with him going off and finding his dad. I thought that was a really cool mission. But him as a character, I can take him or leave him. But still not a bad one. But yeah, this is Baby Cwayton's number 3 game of all time. If they'd have stopped with Mass Effect 2 and not done Mass Effect 3, that would have been great. That would have been good, because this game is just an amazing game. Picks it up. If you haven't played it, you can get it for the Nintendo Switch. You can get it for the Xbox One. You can get it for the PS4. You can get the whole collection for pretty cheap right now. It's not an expensive game. And if you haven't played this, it's a great story. Of course, if you're used to the graphics nowadays, you're going to have to take a step back a little bit. But still, even then, Mass Effect 1's a good game. Mass Effect 2 is a great game. Mass Effect 3, not a bad game until you get to the ending. Pick these up. Good games. Number 2 on Baby Cwayton list of favorite video games of all time, and this one probably cannot fit. He doesn't have an original copy of this game, but he has one on the Switch, and it's this game right here from Limited Run. But it was originally released on the original Xbox, and it's the VHS copy of Knights of the Old Republic. Baby Cwayton loves this game. It is one of the best games that have ever been made. Also made by BioWare. BioWare made Mass Effect, and they also made this one first. And this is small story about Baby Cwayton's. Is he was introduced to Star Wars way back in the 80s. He used to live on this dead-end street, and right down inside the town Baby Cwayton was in, it had a 4-year college. But right down the street was a frat house, like a lot of these these guys that went to college there, they rented this house together, and it was like 2 houses down. And one day, Baby Cwayton's mom and dad lost Baby Cwayton. He didn't know where he was at. Well, they found him inside this frat house in front of this old school TV watching Star Wars for the first time. And these frat house kids just let him come in and watch Star Wars. He wasn't in any danger. I mean, you wouldn't do that now, but I mean, that was the 80s. I mean, literally the 80s. And Baby Cwayton didn't get no trouble. They just thought, okay, yeah, but you know, it's time to come home, though. But Baby Cwayton remembers watching Star Wars in this person's house with these kids doing all kinds of stuff. He don't remember what they were doing. They're probably doing drugs and drinking and all kinds of stuff. But he was sitting there watching Star Wars. And but Baby Cwayton fell in love with Star Wars then, up until he got into, you know, I don't know, high school and whatnot. And then he kind of fell out of Star Wars. Well, this game right here has brought him back into Star Wars. This game has such great character progression, has such great characters. At the time, Baby Cwayton actually played this one on the computer. He built him a PC, and he played it on his new PC. And I remember how great the graphics look. I mean, the times that the ship would fly in or fly out of off the planet, beautiful graphics. Great gameplay, great character progression, and the twist in this game. Baby Cwayton talks about it now. The twist in this game blew Baby Cwayton's mind. It was an amazing game. He played this, probably beat this 5 or 6 times. The first time he played, Baby Cwayton always plays good guys. He played good guy through this one, but then the second time he played the Sith Lord, and he went through it as a bad guy. And I tell you what, it was very satisfying being the bad guy, I had to say. Great games. Yeah, pick this one up. This is on the Switch. It's made by Limited Run. It's a little pricey. That's the reason Baby Cwayton's got it. But great game. This is actually a sealed copy. He won't open it because he's a collector. He collects games for the values. He does play games, but he mostly collects them. Yep, picks it up. Number 2 on Baby Cwayton's list. Number 1 on Baby Cwayton's list, and he's already talked about his favorite game of all time on the channels. If you watch, not many people do. Baby Cwayton don't got many views. I don't care. He likes making these games, these videos about the games. Is this one right here? Final Fantasy 3 for the Super Nintendo. Or if you want to get nerdy, it's Final Fantasy 6. Because not all the Final Fantasies were released in America. Only Final Fantasy 2. Well, Final Fantasy 1 was released for the original NES. Final Fantasy 4, they skipped 2 and 3 in Japan, but Final Fantasy 2 or Final Fantasy 4 released for the Super Nintendo, and then they skipped 5, and then they released 6 for the Super Nintendo and called it 3. Yeah, it's confusing. Baby Cwayton's getting confused. Don't worry about it. But yeah, Final Fantasy 3. This is Baby Cwayton's most anticipated game. He beat Final Fantasy 2 and could not wait for Final Fantasy 3 to come out. And he remembers crying at the beginning of it. The music in this game at the time was amazing. The intro scene, the graphics, these graphics blew Baby Cwayton's mind. They could not believe a video game could look this beautiful. And it did. And the story in this game, Locke, Terra, Edward, I mean, they were all great. Oh, and another thing Baby Cwayton liked to do, he named all the characters after his friends. He had friends. Yes, I did. You don't listen, person who put letters in his. I have friends. Don't be an a-host. No, I'm not. Okay, so I'll get back to the games. But Baby Cwayton's this is Baby Cwayton's favorite. Yeah, beautiful games. I have it complete in box here. Worth a little bit, about $230 complete in box. Baby Cwayton's not have the most complete copy, but well, not best copy, but it's in this little plastic case. And one of Baby Cwayton's favorite games, top favorite game of all time. Going back to playing this, I beat this so many times. I did beat it. I do have the Pixel Remastered version, as you have saw already. But and he beat that on that again. He downloaded it on his iPhone. He beat it on his iPhone again. I mean, I've beat this game so many times. Beautiful game, great game. Man, there's a movie. But yeah, there it is. Final Fantasy 3 picks it up, guys. If you want to play it right now, you can pick it up probably for $15 in the Switch store. You can pick it up for $15 on your iPhone. You can get the digital, but to get it physically, you're gonna have to pay a little bit of money because it's only on for updated graphics and stuff. It's only on this one right here. If you want a physical copy of it, the only way to do it is right here. To get it on this collection. And this collection is not the most expensive one. They have a more expensive collection than this one. This one runs you about anywhere from $80 to $100 to get this collection. This is actually the Asia version. I'm not really sure if it's Japanese. It's Japanese version. It doesn't have the insignia on it, but yeah. So that's the only way to get Final Fantasy 3 physical is through this one. Through this game. It's pretty good. Yeah, picks it up. But that's all I got, folks. Thank you. Like and subscribe if you want to. If you don't want to, I'm okay with that too. I hope you enjoyed the videos. Thank you for everybody who likes it. Thank you for watching. Like Baby Cwaytons, just babies. He's not no person. He likes to collect the video games. And he likes to play around. He's like the little toys back there. He's got XCOM 2. He's got Titanfall there. Got a little Pikachu. Just him hanging out. Anyways, thank you. I appreciate every one of you. Bam.